Welcome to the latest episode of Branding the Experience, where we discuss ways where we can create environments where employees actually want to come to work and customers want to keep coming back. Hi, I'm Ken Bader, your host for Branding the Experience, and I was just watching an excellent interview that I had the distinct pleasure to do with Monica Villarreal, who's a health coach here in Southern California, who is really branding the experience for her clients. Let's watch. I'm here with Monica Villarreal. I got that right.
You did, first time.
From Take Shape for Life, who is an awesome health coach, and we're going to talk to her about how she brands the experience for her clients. Monica, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Pleasure to have you. Well, the first question that I have for you is a question that I ask almost everybody because selfishly I love hearing about the entrepreneur's journey and how they come about to creating their own business, the why behind the journey. Can you tell us a little bit about your why and your journey to starting your business?
Absolutely. So my life took me into a place where I was going to become an echocardiographer. So what that meant is I was actually doing ultrasounds, and not the fun baby cutesy type, but these were ultrasounds on heart, liver, kidneys, vascular structures, arteries and veins. And I'm helping cardiologists diagnose high blood pressure and heart disease. And I'm doing this as a 310-pound girl.
Wow.
So imagine daily, having these cases where I'm telling somebody like, doctor's probably going to ask you to lose some weight because that'll really help your high blood pressure. And I'm having these conversations with a 60-inch waist. And I think you can, right off the bat, you can just say that didn't translate well. Who am I and who, you know what I mean? And the doctor as well, just, it didn't seem to fit. And that was just one layer of what I was experiencing where I felt out of sync. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But it translated into many other areas, personally, professionally, in regards to my children not having energy, my own self personally, not being able to tie a shoe, or going into a restaurant where you don't fit behind or within the booth. So just overall got to that point where I was sick and tired of not feeling my best, and decided that I needed to make a change. But I was 310 pounds, and I'm 5'4", and so that meant a loss of about 170 pounds.
Wow.
So how do I do that? How does that happen? And so the decision really came to just lose 10 pounds. Mm-hmm. And when I lost 10 pounds, I felt really excited about that and realized that I could lose another 10 pounds. So fast forward, and then have lost 145 pounds, maybe on my best days 150 pounds, still on my journey. But I had to acquire so much information. I had to rewire so much within me. And when that happened, of course, people started asking me, what did you do?
Right.
What have you done? How are you doing this? And so slowly but surely that translated into my first client. And, as we fast forward, I have clients all over the country. It's kind of interesting.
Wow. Wow. And as I mentioned to you, one of the reasons that I wanted you on the show is because you have a great story. You have a great journey, and branding is all about being able to tell your unique story. And not only is yours great, it's true.
It's true.
Yeah, you could tell people how you went through it, how you went on this journey. So you actually, in some ways, are going on it with them. In many, many ways. The other reason I wanted you on the show is because you are absolutely crushing it on social media. I can't pull up my Facebook page without saying, hey, it's Monica again. Hey, it's Monica dancing. Hey, it's Monica doing something motivational. Hey, it's Monica.
There will be a photo of this. Monica's with Ken today.
Monica helped another client. And I think what you're doing is great in terms of getting your personality out there, and it's all part of branding the experience for your clients and your followers. Tell me a little bit about what you're doing in social media, and also tell me about some of the results that you're getting from all of that great exposure out there.
So the social media really is, the idea is to live out loud. People are interested in interesting people More so, they're interested in working with somebody that they kind of vibe with.
Right.
So, I have kind of picked, like my 6 most common interests, that I am personally just dedicated to, and I just put them out there. I'm listing them on social media. It's my family, it's travel, it's definitely my clients, it's positive motivation, and it's self-development, maybe even some spirituality. So those 6 things, I kind of am always putting on my page. And what I found is that, people will reach out to you. Sometimes very funny, help me, I'm fat. Then there are those that say...
I may be reaching out to you that way soon.
Then there are those that just say, wow, you're such an inspiration, could you help my family member? It just definitely social media, by coming across as a real person, that is definitely part of the experience, and it is part of my brand to say, you can do this. Like, I believe in you. I believe in you, and I'm going to walk alongside you, and I'm going to guide you. This journey is not linear, especially this one. And actually, entrepreneurship, opening up, this is not A to Z, and it happens like, yay, we're here. No. There's all of these things that happen in between, so to have a partner and an accountability, person there with you, I feel like it makes it that much easier, and I feel like that's the big reason why my clients experience success, and I feel like that's why they even reach out to begin with, is because they feel like they have an idea of who I am, and they'll say that all the time. I feel like I know you, even though I've never met you. So that's really why I make it a point to post all the time, just to show what I'm doing, because those people that are interested will show themselves.
Well, I think you're getting the positive results from it is because you're very genuine. What you see on Facebook or other social media from you is you. Right. It's no different than having a face-to-face or having a phone conversation with you. You get Monica.
Right.
Right there, and in today's world, that's what branding is being transparent, being sincere.
Right. It's interesting. People say to me, "I want to be the next Monica," and coming from my previous world, that's crazy. I never thought people would say, like, Monica, I just want to be like you. Like, I just want to be like Mike. I remember like.
Being from Chicago, I remember the "Be Like Mike."
Yeah, and that's incredible. So they definitely feel inspired, which is something I didn't ever expect, but it's part of the reason why I continue, just because of that feedback.
Right. Well, you've been in business for approximately a year now. Is that correct?
Right.
And so, you've already had some good success. You've gotten some great clients, and most importantly, you've helped a lot of people, which is the whole purpose of the business. Right. What are some of the things that we can look forward to in your business? What are some of the plans? What are some of the things that you're working on in that second year?
Okay, super exciting. I really feel like everybody is out there looking for their passion, and that's such a broad concept, because what does that mean? I think it can be very confusing. But I think when you're trying to figure out what your passion is, you need to figure out what inspires you personally. So for me personally, I just feel like I have something to offer all of the young women out there who are struggling with their own body image. And I feel like that's my purpose, and that's going to be my passion, and those are the plans moving forward. And so what I've begun to do is actually sponsor females in their 20s. I've actually asked them to write to me why they'd like to change, what they will do when they change, and how they're going to help others change. And thus far, I have sponsored 3 females in their 20s, and sponsoring meaning like I'm totally taking care of their program, I'm their coach, I'm their follow-up, I'm their everything.
Sorry about that. That's the problem with doing live or doing outdoor doing outdoor interviews. Let's get these bugs out of here. Please continue.
Yeah. So the idea is that I'm going to help these females, and the big picture, I think, is there's going to be some sort of transformation camp, where there's going to be tons of females, tweens to young adult, who are really interested in just being their authentic self. And I feel like that's where I need that's where I need to be. That's the space that I need to be. Whatever they're feeling, like we can improve their mind, we can improve their body, we can improve their work, financial situation, you know what I mean? But it's going to take some belief in them, and that's totally possible. So that's where I'm going next. I'm going to bring in some girls, we're going to help transform them, and I'm just going to see where that goes. I've just helped so many people, you know, but I think I find the greatest joy in my young females. You know, I don't want anybody to struggle like I did.
That's truly awesome. It aligns with something that I believe in a more general sense. You're much more specific, which is better. But I truly believe that the millennial generation has an opportunity to do some amazing things in entrepreneurship and eventually in executive positions and other professional roles out there if we can just give them the right mentoring. And that's exactly what you're talking about doing with young women. That's terrific.
Right, and then, you know, that for me, that's just my passion, that I feel that, you know, it's not our parents' fault, and that, you know, we kind of come up this way. It's like they were taught a certain way, and they were taught and I was taught a certain way. But as I've evolved, I found a different way. You know what I mean? And you found a different way.
Right.
And we found all of these examples of people that have experienced a different way. So I know it's possible, and I just want to show it to them. You know what I mean? Because I feel that they can. They can be anything that they want to be. They just have to believe in themselves, you know, and a lot of them don't yet, you know what I mean? And I know how that felt.
Right, you have to have that confidence in yourself. I may already know the answer to this, but this is a very nice segue. If you had a client or a potential client that came to you and said, you know, what's that one thing? What's the number one thing that I can do? Or what's at least that one thing that maybe I could start tomorrow that will make a difference in either my health or my life?
In your health or your life, take the next logical step. What is the next logical step for you? You know, what can you do tomorrow? Is it just drinking more water? You know, what little healthy habit can you do? What small thing can you do as far as your career that might take you to the next level? You know, and so a lot of times it's just showing up. You know, a lot of times it's just, you know, being open-minded, looking for that person, you know, hearing those conversations, not being afraid to tap in and saying, hey, you know, nice to meet you. You never know, you know, what's going to come of that. But I would just say, just take the next logical step. You know, that's what I did with my weight. The next logical step was, I need to lose 10 pounds. How am I going to do that? I'm going to eat a little bit less, or, you know what I mean? Just do some research. That was the next logical step for me. It was something short, but also understanding there was a big picture. You know, there was a lot to learn. There was a lot that was going to happen, and being okay with it.
Well, the next logical step for some people may be to actually reach out to you for some help. How can our watchers, our listeners best reach out to you and find you?
Well, you know, definitely through social media, Facebook. I'm always available. I do have my own website, www.coachmonica309, which was my starting weight when I started losing weight, 309.tsfl.ichooseoptimalhealth.com. That'll put you directly in contact with me. So I always start with like a quick assessment, trying to find out, you know, is this to come off medication? Is this just to lose weight? What is this? You know what I mean? And we kind of start from there.
Right. Well, if you're looking for Monica on Facebook and you can't find her, I guarantee you're not looking that well. But my next logical step is to thank you for a great interview. Thank you so much for being on the show, Monica.
Absolutely.
So what can we learn from my discussion with Monica? Well, a number of things. One in particular is don't have a bar backdrop when talking to an established health coach. But it was the best angle for our interview at the place we happened to be. But yeah, there's a ton of things that we can learn from Monica, and I want to point out 3 specific things as I believe it will relate to your business and just about any business. One is a unique story being told equals the potential for a great brand. Monica has a great story, and it's great because it's true. As I mentioned in the conversation, it's she can truly talk about experiences that her clients are having because she's gone through them herself, losing weight and having the struggles, and it creates a great brand for her, and that's something we could truly learn in our own business, is being genuine with our brand, because people will figure out if we're making things up or trying to be something that we're not. Number two is she's creating a true experience for her clients, not only in the face-to-face and the one-on-one, but in the branding part, which is the first step of our brand culture strategy alignment that I always talk about, is she's creating a true experience on social media, showing what she's doing day to day in terms of exercising and going about her day. And so when you actually do work with her, you feel like you already know her. And as she mentioned in the discussion, and that's great for small business today, and even big business, like Wells Fargo. I know that one of the reasons I began working with them for my small business banking is because they had a philosophy of being a small business bank that just happens to be big and being a part of the local community. And I heard that, and then when I walked in, I actually felt that. So I felt like I was already experiencing the brand that I expected to experience, which is very powerful. And the third and last thing, which I think may be the best, and if you only take one thing from this show today, take this one, and that's Monica's recommendation of taking the next logical step. Sometimes we just make things too complex, and maybe things are complex, but in looking at the full picture, many times it can be daunting. But if we just concentrate on what is that next logical step in our business, what's that next logical step in our life, asking ourselves that question honestly, answering it, and then acting on it, always makes us able to be moving forward in our life and in our business. Thank you for spending some time with me today. Hope you enjoyed the conversation with Monica. And here's hoping that you're branding the experience at a very high level for your customers, clients, or members. Take care.